Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
I think that this world, it needs men that are willing to make the hard call.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Ain't no thing like me except me.
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
Maps come with me. No. When do we start?
Say the name of the wizard.
Shazam.
Yeah, we didn't see the movie.
No, but I've heard good things.
I've heard great things.
It's fun. It's about time that they actually started making good movies.
Well, I saw Aquaman yesterday.
Yeah, you told me that it was good.
It's absolute nonsense.
In a good way or a bad way?
But it's fun nonsense.
Okay, so that makes more sense. Like,
so very light on plot, but fun.
That sometimes is all you need, is something that's not necessarily deep and, visceral.
I had
fun.
A good enough time.
Good. Is it your second favorite DC movie now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So not as good as Wonder Woman, but better than everything else.
There are parts of it that are as good as Wonder Woman, but there's just so much nonsense in it where you're just watching it like, what is happening? Where it looks like...
I've been to a similar place recently myself.
It looks like a light show. So, like, what is this?
Well,
I also saw Vice.
Oh, how was that? I do want to see that.
You got way more interested in that.
Yes.
Interesting. There was one part that, I'll just say what the one part that was that kind of piqued my interest. They do this whole thing of, maybe his mother-in-law was murdered, and then I looked it up online, and basically, no, probably not.
Oh, okay. Like one of those power struggle things?
It's really solid. I mean, Christian Bale does a good Cheney, and they do the one human thing I know about the man.
All right. Is that when he shot the guy?
No, they do that. That's not a human thing.
Oh.
More supporting his gay daughter.
Oh, okay.
That is the one human quality I am aware of in that troll of a man, and they do portray that one human quality.
How do you really feel about Richard Trainey?
Not great. Not great.
I couldn't tell. You seemed lukewarm on the subject. Speaking of lukewarm, it's like 20 degrees in your basement. I'm having to drink this tea with purpose.
You know what was weird? Is watching that movie, there were names that I just haven't thought about in so long.
Like Donald Rumsfeld?
I don't think about Rumsfeld. No, it was more like, there's Karl Rove. I'm like,
wow,
have I not thought about Karl Rove in 15 years?
Wow, that's a deep pull.
It was just
also, can we talk about, we're reminiscing about political figures from 15 years ago? We're that old now that oh yes, I remember that.
It's a good flick. I'm sure I'll never watch it again, but it's worth watching once.
Okay, so obviously Redbox it on the review scale.
Yes.
Okay, because it's too late to see it in theaters.
It is too late to see it in theaters. Yeah, it's solid enough.
So you had a busy weekend.
That was yesterday. Oh, yeah, I guess I did have a busy weekend.
Yeah, overall, the con. I know that the show, we're going to later on have our special correspondent from the con.
Oh, yeah, there's a solid amount of time. You know what's nice about that? When I cut this show tomorrow, the show is already half-edited.
Yes.
Because I did it today.
Much like us, it's half-assed.
Hey, I did my work.
You did. I did my work, too. I drove up to Bangor.
Thank God for these unidirectional mics. The background noise isn't that bad.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh.
You know, it was actually the worst bit of audio.
Me?
It's the first 5 minutes of it because I did it in the car.
Oh, so you got the car noise?
Well, you can hear the wind going through the roof rack.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the worst.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, surprisingly good audio.
So were you driving and holding a microphone at the same time?
I was.
I feel like that's not safe.
Legal. Questionable, I don't know.
I think that falls under not using a hands-free device.
It was hands full.
Yes, it was.
But as we do each and every show, we're going to kick things off with all the news, pop culture, and otherwise. Mostly pop culture, though. Unless you want to hear about Karl Rove.
No, not really. That's yesterday's news. Old news, as the kids say.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
Joker. Oh, Joker, you had a trailer.
It was artsy.
Yeah, I watched it a couple of times, and I kind of came around on it.
I saw a really good tweet. I can't take credit for it, but it's like, how to create Joker, 1980s. Put him in chemicals. 2018. Put him in society.
I think the best one I saw was 1989, the Joker, but what if he was a mobster? Or, it was 2008. No, it was if he was a gangster. 2016, what if he was a punk? 2019, what if he was the guy in your girlfriend's Instagram feed that just said beautiful with the smiley face with hearts in it?
Ugh, creepy. It certainly looks interesting. I like that we're going to get some kind of a Joker origin. Obviously, his mother is going to play a role in all of this.
Yeah.
And how much weight did Joaquin Phoenix lose?
A lot. They couldn't do reshoots on this movie because of it.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
they had to do it all at once because he lost so much weight to do it.
oh my God, he looked sickly.
Yeah, I mean, he was, I'm sure.
Yeah. But
I mean, he's a guy to commit. He's a method actor.
I guess he is.
Sometimes he'll commit to a thing for 3 years, going on Letterman and
Pretending to be crazy.
and doing a movie that no one saw.
Yeah.
What was it
when
called?
he's-
I'm Still Here?
I think so. When he was there and Letterman's like, oh, wish you could have been here tonight, Joaquin. I think he like kind of whispers to him afterwards that he was in character for it.
Well, he breaks at the end of it.
Yeah.
He takes off the sunglasses and he goes normal for just a second.
Yes.
He screwed up. Also, no
Yeah.
one saw that movie.
No, but I think Joaquin Phoenix does a good. I mean, think about some of the roles he's done. He's a really good actor.
Yeah, I generally like him in between like Gladiator.
He was really
or
good in Gladiator.
Walk the Line or Her. I really like Her.
Walk the Line is good too. I really like Walk the Line.
Yeah, that was a James Mangold flick. The guy who did
What else
Logan.
was he in?
I just said Her.
No, but besides that, there's something else I feel like he was in that was really
He's
good.
done
at.
a lot of things.
Obviously not that memorable if I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Digimon the movie. I don't think he was in that.
No, probably
That
not.
was the most random thing I could think of.
Oh, he was Signs. He was good in Signs too. Yeah.
You are so about signs.
What's wrong with Signs?
You're all about it. You don't stop yammering about
I'm
signs.
not yammering about it. I'm just saying I think it was a good movie. That's all. He was in Ladder 49 with Nicolas Cage. He was also in Parenthood with Steve Martin in 1989. Wow.
There's been a lot of talk about this trailer being very heavily influenced by Scorsese movies, Taxi Driver, and there's another one, and I would need to look up the name of it. I'm sorry I didn't write it down. About a failing stand-up comedian that is like, I guess looks very close to the trailers, but it's one I've never seen. Like, I've seen Taxi Driver, but I might need to do some research before going into this movie.
You may have to.
I don't think seeing a Scorsese movie will be the worst thing I've ever done.
No, you have way worse things that you could be
On
doing.
a scale of things, I'll watch a Scorsese flick
Like what you could or could not be doing.
to do some research.
Yes.
Overall, I think it looks interesting.
It does.
I feel like there's going to be a big twist in it, though, and I'm not quite sure what it's going to be.
Do we get any Batman of any kind in this?
We do. Bruce Wayne is in the trailer.
Oh, was he?
He's
Which
a
one is...
he's a kid.
Oh, yeah.
He pushes the smile up. That's Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Which brings me up to one of my two potential theories.
okay.
We do see a building that says like Arkham Mental Asylum or something, which throws one of them into question. But I'm going to throw two off the wall theories out there.
Okay.
Number one, he's not the Joker, and he is purely inspired by the Joker.
Who? Heath. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number two, he kills Bruce Wayne. It's going to be its own universe. It's just
Okay,
it's going to
weird.
be a one-off.
Interesting.
That would be a twist that you wouldn't see coming.
I think the second one's a little far fetched.
I'm not saying that either one of them are correct, but I feel like there's going to be a twist. Like, think about like Shutter Island that Scorsese did,
Yeah.
which is all like Leonardo DiCaprio. He was really crazy the whole time. You ever see that one?
Yes, where he was actually an inmate when it was all said and done.
I also just told you the twist. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, where he was crazy the whole time.
Yeah, like an
Also, I
inmate.
said Shutter Island.
What?
Spoilers.
Yeah. Oops.
That's the movie. It came out like 8 years ago. Deal with it.
No, I kind of like those kind of twists, though. I think the other thing could be is
Those are. I feel like there's
I don't
going to
know.
be a twist on this one, and those are my two theories based on this one trailer. What the twist is going to be.
maybe the twist is he dies at the end. Maybe
I mean, maybe he inspires the real Joker. I mean, that could also be it.
it could be it, or it could be kind of like
Because that's the whole. The Joker's whole. I mean, one of his things
I
is
don't
that he
know.
doesn't have an origin.
I can't really think of anything it might be.
The Killing Joke is the closest we ever got to one.
Maybe it does rip from some Killing Joke stuff.
But even when that happened, one, it originally wasn't meant to be part of the main canon. It became that later on.
Yeah.
And two, even within that story, the Joker goes, I don't actually remember what happened. I have a multiple choice kind of option.
And that
So
might
even
be-
the origin that we get is not in that story, is not the actual origin. Like, he doesn't have one.
And maybe that's what we get here.
I guess we'll see what happens. I think it looks interesting. And, I'm all about doing something different.
Entertain me. That's what I want. Tell me a good story.
Speaking of doing something different,
Oh, is it the new Dark Phoenix trailer?
no.
Oh.
New Mutants.
Yes.
Still going to get a theatrical release, apparently.
All right. You were like saying, nope, it's not going to happen. You were adamant about not having
I
it.
have been adamant, and I'm still not convinced that it's not going to happen.
Well,
But supposedly, according to rumors out this week,
word on the street, as they say in the hood.
yeah, New Mutants apparently still getting a theatrical release.
Well, good for them.
That movie that everyone's clamoring for.
I am.
That everyone thinks is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Whatever. I've seen bad movies.
We've talked about bad movies on the show quite a bit, so.
The show is predicated on a bad movie.
It all started as a bad movie.
Saw Batman v Superman and said, I need to yell about this on the internet.
Was that our very first show?
Yeah.
Wow. Think of all the cool things that have happened since then.
I only slightly manipulated you into it.
Yeah,
I was
know.
like, because we were drunk and I was like, gosh, if only there was a way for me to talk about this to an audience on the internet, and podcasts sure are fun. And you went, well, what if we did a podcast? I was like, well, what if we did?
I know. I like how you inceptioned me. Because I was like, oh, I had a great idea. Zach and I should do a podcast.
You're like, wait a minute. Son of a bitch.
I was like, wait a minute. Now I'm going to have to be on this damn podcast.
Well, at least you didn't have to front the money for it.
That's a good point. Yeah. It's not like you're like, I should buy Zach some recording equipment.
Every time I upgrade us, you're like, good.
We're getting closer.
I didn't have to do it.
We're getting closer.
What else happened this week? Oh, the Suicide Squad, or Suicide Squad 2, whatever it's going to be called.
Yes.
I don't know what this movie is. We've talked about how it's confusing. It just sounds like a sequel at this point, because if Jai Courtney is back as Captain Boomerang, Viola Davis is also returning as Amanda Waller. So if you have at least 2 characters coming back, you're a sequel.
Yes. Even if you have, because think about all like Dumb and Dumber 2, when Harry met Lloyd.
I didn't say, wait, that was the prequel.
Yes, but still.
Either way, I didn't see the prequel and I didn't see the sequel.
I still contend that prequels are kind of their own special kind of sequel, because they've come after the first movie and they're based off the first movie.
I never saw it.
Oh.
I've seen the first one, I don't know,
Yeah.
half dozen times, maybe more.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumberer was good. That was like the third movie they made with Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey when they came back around. That was good too. Not as good as the first. The first, when Jim Carrey fights the chef at the restaurant and grabs his heart out of his chest and puts it in the doggy bag.
No, that was Ace Ventura.
No, it's Dumb and Dumber.
Am I mixing up my...
Yes.
I thought that was like the cold open to like Ace Ventura.
No, the cold open to Ace Ventura was... What was that? I'm trying to remember.
Sorry.
Oh no, the cold open was when they abducted Snowflake. That was the cold open. That happened before the credits.
I haven't seen those movies in a very long time.
Let me tell you, Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
That means
Finkel is Einhorn.
it's been so long. That means
Einhorn's a
nothing to
man.
me. It means nothing to me. It's been so long. I haven't seen those movies since the 90s.
Then he like takes the plunge to his face, lights his stuff on fire because he made out with.
Alrighty then.
Okay, that's that's also. Hey Ace, you got any more of that gum? That's none of your damn business. You're a weird guy, Ace. Weird guy.
I'm gonna stop
the
talking about 90s Jim Carrey movies. Remember The Mask.
That also I like them. That's Cameron Diaz's first movie, I think, or one of her first movies.
I don't know.
That's another quality movie. I think he's trying to communicate.
Well, can we talk about Liar Liar at least?
The Claw.
I'm ready to go to Jim Carrey's 90s
What are you doing?
movies.
I'm kicking my ass. Wait, 105. Yeah, in your bra.
Well, if we're going to talk about Liar Liar, we at least have to talk about Batman Forever. Not quite. We'll do that in about 2 months. But Viola Davis is back, but also a correction to a previous report.
Oh, yes?
Idris Elba was originally reported to be replacing Will Smith as Deadshot, but now it's being reported that he is in the movie, but he's going to be playing an original character.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, what character is that? One of them.
I don't know.
A DC character,
The
to say the
gunslinger.
least.
I know. You were so disappointed by that.
You know that's getting reworked for, I think it's Amazon.
Really?
And they're going to do like it in chronological order.
I feel like it'd be better as a miniseries than a movie.
It's supposed to be a movie tied in with additional seasons like on HBO, but oh god, yeah. I've never been more disappointed by a movie.
At least the food was decent.
Just because of where we were.
I mean, for all the movie theater hamburgers I've had, that was the best one.
Yeah, that's getting
It has
reworked.
nothing to do with the fact that it's the only one I've ever had.
I think it's Amazon, but yeah, that's getting reworked to be a series because
Okay.
that movie franchise is dead and that movie is terrible. And I waited so long and so many false starts for that to get off the ground, and what a piece of crap.
I enjoyed it.
I wish I did.
I'm sorry.
The Eternals movie.
Mm-hmm.
We've had rumors of Angelina Jolie being part of it. And you know how I know the Eternals really well. I can tell you about all of them, all their powers, and each single character.
You could go on for eternity, perhaps.
Oh my god, I know them so well.
Yes.
I'm so well read on the Eternals.
You're not.
Not even a little.
Yeah.
But guy I talked about last week, Kumail Nanjiani, is in talks to also star in it.
Good for him.
You've had a massive booger just hanging out of your nose this entire time.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that is massive. What are you going to
magical.
do with that?
I really don't know, actually.
Don't put it on my carpet. It's just in your hand now. Oh, don't put it on the table. Put it on your pant leg. Put it on your pant leg. You live with that. That is a massive booger.
That is incredible.
I've been looking at that forever.
Wow.
You couldn't feel that?
No, I couldn't.
That cluster of snot?
Yeah, it's pliable.
It's big. But yeah, Kumail is supposedly in talks to do the Eternals.
Thanks for telling everybody about my snot, by the way.
Everyone has boogers.
It was eternally hanging there, too.
Everyone poops and everyone boogers.
That's true.
And everyone boogies down.
That's even better.
I don't know. Why not? I like him. I haven't really seen him in things that I dislike, so sure. I don't know these characters well enough to be like, well, he doesn't fit the role of this one. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I bet he's going to be funny, though.
I like funny. Give me the funny.
Side note.
All of the funny.
Kumail does funny pretty well. And sometimes he does a Twilight Zone where he's killing all the people in his life. Because Tracy Morgan gave him a power.
As you have want to do.
Comics news. Loki is going to be getting a series coming out of the War of Realms event, and it looks like he's carrying Mjolnir.
Huh.
Is he worthy? Thor isn't. Right now, he isn't worthy.
Oh.
He hasn't been worthy in a while.
He goes through phases.
One time, Nick Fury whispered to him on the moon.
That's where Nick Fury's hanging out.
And right now, he's chained to it.
Yeah. It's kind of a
True story.
kind of a rough spot to be in.
All these things I just said are real.
Yes.
They're real in comics. But yeah, like 6 years ago, Nick Fury whispered to him on the moon, and he has been worthy since then.
I wonder what Nick Fury whispered to him.
He said, what if Gore the God Butcher was right, or something along those lines?
Or maybe like, you're not worthy.
It's basically what he said. So what if Gore was right, or the God Butcher, I think his little fun name is, because this guy was going around killing all the gods. He's like, gods are dicks. And Nick Fury's like, what if gods are dicks? And Thor was like, what if gods are dicks? And then he wasn't worthy anymore.
Oh, wow. Does it mean he's a dick?
I mean, Nick Fury kind of is.
But does that also mean that Thor's a dick? Because if he's a dick, he's probably not worthy.
Like, he's short an arm right now. It got cut off a while ago.
Thor or Nick Fury?
Thor.
That sucks.
Nick Fury is short an eye.
Yeah, he is.
He has been for a while, though. But thank God he had a son that looks exactly like Samuel L. Jackson, who also lost an eye.
That's bad genetics, I guess.
But yeah, Loki is tossing Mjolnir around. What's it mean? I don't know. Read it and find out.
Maybe it's a fake Mjolnir.
Also, in Marvel Comics news, there's going to be a major death in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Uh-oh.
And it looks like it might be Rocket.
Oh, no.
And Drax just died, playing a saxophone in heaven.
Well, you know, there are worse things to have happen to you in the afterlife.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy number 7 will feature a major death. Maybe it's Rocket. Maybe it's not. It's probably Rocket.
Okay. Well, read and find out, young adventurer.
End of that story. And then next week,
there's a lot happening. April's a busy month.
Well, next week is going to be a Star Wars celebration, so like all of our news is going to be Star Wars, when there's also definitely...
Ooh, yeah, trailer.
There's probably going to be a trailer dropping next week.
Certainly, definitely, yes.
Not definitely, but I'm going to give it an 85% chance.
All right, I can buy that.
But next week, this was a surprise when it dropped. Even I didn't know this was coming until today.
Oh, yeah? That's why it's a surprise.
It was. Hey, Buffy fans, Angel. Angel's back, baby. And how is he back? He's getting a number 0 book dropped next week. It's going to be in shops.
Number 0?
No one knew this was coming.
That's why it's number 0.
Well,
for the number of people who knew it was coming.
No one knew. The publisher that's putting it out, Boom Studios, they put out stuff to retailers to like, hey, you're going to want to order a lot of number 3 because we're doing something with your orders for number 3. So maybe order a lot of number 3.
Did you order a lot of number 3?
I ordered a fair number.
Are you glad you did?
And what it is they're matching your orders for number 3.
Really?
And giving you just free comics. Also, you're not paying shipping, which is good because for whatever discount you get on comics, you have to pay shipping out the ass. That's just how the comics industry works. It's not Amazon Prime. Shipping costs a ton.
Out the ass.
Yeah, oh boy, you pay. But Angel is getting a book, a surprise number 0, out next week, kicking off his own solo series.
Well, that's exciting.
It is exciting. We're getting a new series. We didn't know it.
Yay.
So if you want to sign up for Patreon now, you're going to be getting Buffy, Firefly, and Angel non-spoiler and spoiler reviews.
Woo!
Add into that $1, baby.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
You don't pay more, but I keep on putting out more.
That's
sounded sexy.
How about that new footage that was released from Avengers?
That's fine.
It's the scene before the opening credits.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it because it's so close to the movie. I didn't want to spoil things, but yeah, there's more footage out there.
Yeah, you can find it. It's pretty much plastered all over the internets.
Black Widow's like, we got to do something, and Thor's like, I'm going to eat snacks.
Yeah, and
he ate snacks, and he's all about snacking now.
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, he travels long distances, from like Asgard to here to around. And
I feel like he's got to do a lot of cardio to work off all the snacks that he's eating in these movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got that giant ass hammer to carry around. That's got to burn some calories.
Hey, he's pretty fit.
Yeah, he's svelte.
Just a hair.
Yes.
But for now, I forgot to do one. All right, let me make up one on the spot. Hang on.
What the hell is that?
That is a bug.
Wow. What are you coming up with? Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment that's sure to be a home run.
I was trying to go from this to this. I didn't think of one in time.
Oh.
Whatever, we're doing sports. I'm sorry, I'll write it down next week.
Okay, good for you.
He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. Bare-chested. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
It's time for another Jared Sports Report.
Well, sports reports. The Red Sox are not playing very good baseball. They lost their home opener today to the Toronto Blue Jays. It was ring day, though. They got their rings. Hopefully they can turn things around. They've got the Patriots Day game coming up, although it looks like it's going to be rained out. Looks like it's supposed to be rainy. Boston Marathon is coming up. It's a good time for Boston sports. The Bruins are flying heavily into the playoffs. The Celtics are skittering in meekly to the playoffs.
Nah, they're fourth. They're a solid fourth.
The Celtics are gearing up for the postseason. They'll get the Pacers. That's set in stone. So that's
but that'll be a 5-game series. You know what my theory is?
They're going to need all 5 games to beat the Pacers. They have almost identical records.
Yeah, but now that the Pacers are short Oladipo, they've been struggling.
Wow.
This is my theory. The Celtics will get, they do. They're going to have home court advantage. I will bet money that they lose their first game and everyone loses their collective minds.
Including you.
No, I don't. And then they...
Oh, yeah, yes, I will.
And then they win the next 4 after they lose the first one at home.
So, yep, there's that. Virginia won the national championship. They won the March Madness tournament 1 year after getting eliminated by a 16 seed as a 1 seed. So the turnaround is complete. They've come all the way back from losing to UMBC to beating Texas Tech in overtime. That was a good game. It's also Masters Week. So it's Jim Nantz Week. Jim Nantz gets to do the Final Four, the national championship, and then the Masters this weekend. That's a sign of spring, the Masters. So, yeah, lots going on in the sports world. The summer sports are really starting to fire up and get going. And the Patriots extended Steven Gostkowski, the place kicker, for 2 years. So that was about. There you go.
That's your football news.
Yeah, so that's all of the news. Dave Bautista.
Oh yeah, about this.
Yeah, he wrestled at WrestleMania. I saw highlights from that match. Apparently, this individual, Triple H, took a pair of needle-nose pliers and ripped his nose ring out during the match. But Batista lost and now is retired from wrestling.
Yeah, he could have retired a long while ago.
From wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a guy who was purely in it because he liked doing it.
Yeah, this is the first time he's done it in a
money.
Year or two. Yeah.
He doesn't need anything else but keeping active and...
To get whipped with a chain and have pliers on your hand. I know it's choreographed, but still.
People have died.
It's true. It's not...
I think people like to lean in.
It's not ballet.
People like to lean into that whole, it's fake. They're still throwing themselves around.
Oh, yeah, you fake...
The stuff that's, not faked is, if you're getting punched in the head repeatedly and there's, that 8-inch gap when they're, heads are throwing back.
Exactly.
But the rest of that stuff, they're still diving around like maniacs.
Yeah, the ring is hard and you can't fake falling off of things. And
if it's a breakaway chair, you're still getting hit by something.
Well, no, you see some of the pictures of, the welts and the actual damage that's inflicted upon these people for fun.
Yeah, Batista is officially retired, which is probably fine because he has 87 movies coming out.
Yeah. So that's it for sports reports.
Well, from there, since we didn't see Shazam this week, but instead you're going to be getting the vendor's perspective of what happens at a Comic-Con.
With guest appearance by me, first-time Comic-Con rookie.
Spoiler.
Or did you cut me out?
No, you're there. You spoiled the surprise. That's fine. He's there. He shows up.
I did show up.
But you'll learn some things, maybe about me, maybe about yourself. We'll all reflect on it and learn that friendship was inside of us all along.
The hell you talking about?
I don't know. But take it away. A few days ago, me.
For if knowledge is power, then a god am.
It's time to get an editor's education.
Okay, so for this week, instead of seeing Shazam, scheduling conflict, Sorry about that. Thought we would give you a vendor's perspective on a Comic-Con. I'm joined, instead of by Jared, with my wife, my life partner, and my con partner, Emily.
Hi.
Normally we talk about Buffy, but that's not this show.
Or Firefly.
Do you want to talk about the free comic book day specials?
We
can't spoil them yet.
There's some really great free comic book day specials for Buffy and Firefly, so...
It's one book.
It's one book, but free comic book day is the first Saturday in May every year. I think it's the 4th this year.
It is.
So free comic book day is May 4th this year. Make sure that you make it to a comic shop, aka ours, to come grab your free copy.
Oh, some stuff happens.
We're on our way.
I have no idea what the background noise is like. We're using our regular microphones, but I don't have any headphones plugged in. I just don't want to bring that much crap with us. Also, we're driving. I'm sure all the cars driving by me like, why does that man have a microphone?
You know?
Get over it. I'm
it's
recording
a great
podcast.
question.
On my end, what kind of things look like for going to a con? We get to say this from the smaller shop perspective. We're doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show right now. For me, that really means a Thursday to Monday show. I spend most of my Thursday packing, so I can just load up the car on Friday and be on our way. Because it takes forever. And unpacking takes even longer to unpack than it does to pack. So it's like an 8-hour job on Monday just to unpack everything.
So right now we are packed to the gills, driving up to the con, and we're somewhere north of Waterville.
I don't know. We're on the highway.
We're somewhere. There's a lot of trees.
We've done this enough times that I can pack a car pretty tightly and I know what I need to bring. As far as the unpacking goes, whenever we get to a show, spacing is always a question mark. Like, it's always like 6 to 8 feet, but that could mean anything as far as like what we can build it on the sides or the front or in the back. So it's always a crapshoot. So I kind of always have to pack stuff with the intent of our setup is going to be different every single time.
And we've been to this con before, but we've been in different areas every time. So again, it's always a fun game of what are we going to do? We're right by Newport.
Yeah, usually it takes us about an hour to set up as far as like unloading the car and actually getting the table ready. And then we'll go grab dinner because, you know, what kind of a Comic-Con would it be if we weren't drinking ahead of time?
Anyway.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we do. What are you looking forward to with this show?
Going out to restaurants and using the business card. It's a business expense if we can eat and drink.
What else are you looking forward to for this show?
That's about it.
I thought you were looking forward to meeting an artist.
Oh, yeah, there's a local guy that I didn't know was local who's relatively famous.
Our friends Steve and Dee are going to be there. Steve draws the Ninja Turtles, so we're pretty excited to see them.
He did my logo. He's also been on the show before.
He also did our wedding invitations.
That too.
He also helped us find our dog.
And we got our kitchen table through him.
So, like, lots of ways in which we know Steve. He was the one through whom we got the giant turtle. There's all sorts of fun things. Store. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, going to Comic-Cons isn't all just VIP parties and mounds of cocaine. We actually have to do stuff, too.
I don't think that any of those things actually happen anywhere, but...
Not for us.
Definitely not for us. So our major jobs are to be set up and ready to go by the time the con floor opens. And then we hang out at the con floor and try desperately to sell everything at the table. Yeah,
I mean, this is a 3-day show. This is what we've done a couple of times. This is not one that should be a 3-day show. But, you know, you don't really have control over that. This is going to be a pretty boring day. Saturday will be good. Sunday will be good. But tonight is going to be abysmal.
I'm excited because due to all sorts of reasons, this show didn't happen last year. So it's the 4th year that this show has happened out of 5 years. And so I'm hoping that means that there's anticipated built-up interest for people who missed it.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. I guess we'll check in with everyone later once we're set up and, you know, a few deep.
Bye, guys.
So we'll see you in 10 seconds. Bye. All right, so we're checking in most of the way through evening number 1. We set up. We went out for dinner. I got tipsy. Then I got sleepy.
That's kind of how it goes.
And to be fair, it's been a pretty decent Friday for the show.
It's been a great Friday. There's been a ton of people, a lot of really great energy. Joey Fatone's here wearing
the most exciting part.
Tan plaid pants, which I didn't know existed, but...
And a Pickle Rick hat.
It's fantastic. Yeah, everybody just seems so excited to be here, which is the best part about cons.
Yeah, it's a good energy, which hopefully means that tomorrow will just be bananas, because this is usually the quietest. It is the quietest day for the show.
Yeah. And so we've been selling things, and people have had lots of interest in our stuff, which is always the goal of being at a con.
Yeah, and we'll pack up in about an hour. And then the way the shows work at the end of the night is you put a blanket or a tarp over all of your stuff and hope no one steals it.
Don't tell all the secrets about the con.
It's a real crap honor system. Sometimes people do go through your things.
But we've been very fortunate, so.
One time people went through our things.
But nothing was missing, so.
Which is that, yeah, good. They went through our food bag of all things. That's the other thing, especially like this show in particular, but a lot of them you can't bring in.
Don't say that.
I don't care. What are they going to do? Throw me out?
Maybe.
You can't bring in outside food, so the key is whatever you want to bring in, you got to bring it in when you're bringing in all your inventory because they don't check that stuff.
Some non-perishable items.
But the second you have a bag, they start going through it. I want to sneak in champagne and orange juice tomorrow so we can have mimosas throughout the day.
And I won't let you.
My con partner is disagreeing with me on this front.
Strongly.
I've done that on show, well, not mimosas, but...
Not when I've been there.
It's true. So whenever I do a show by myself, I'm like, well, need to keep myself entertained.
Meanwhile, I bring knitting. I end up with fun things at the end.
Update you guys with tomorrow whether or not I was able to convince Emily to bring mimosas or not.
Spoiler alert. I bet it's a no.
Will anyone care if I'm popping bottles?
Yes. Literally.
Will they?
Fair number of
Does
people.
Does anyone care?
Yes. Anyway, that's not what the con is really about.
I mean, it's an added bonus.
But, yeah.
I mean, I am parched. I could go for some bubbly.
And here's a water bottle full of water.
Yeah, okay.
But we're here, we're set up, and it's good to be here.
Yeah, and a show like this, one of the big things you have to do at shows is to make sure you're not spending on unnecessary things just to keep your profits as high as you can. So unfortunately, a show like this that's when I say relatively close to our house, I mean about an hour and a half away, we did not get a hotel, and we're driving back and forth every day.
But we get to go see our puppy and our kitten every day.
If it was 10 minutes further, I'd get a hotel, but it's right on the edge.
I know.
Damn it.
Well.
I guess, that's it for tonight. Update you guys tomorrow with Mimosa Gate.
Bye.
All right, Saturday, midday maybe.
Day 2.
We're about, I don't know, not even halfway through the day. I did lose the mimosa battle.
Yes, but it's been super busy.
But here's the thing. Because normally they're real strict on food in this place. People are just walking in with coolers if you just went in the side door. Tomorrow I'm coming in the side door with, I don't know what, but the battle continues.
I've made great progress on knitting my sock. I turned to the heel, and now I'm working on the foot.
I did forget to give one very key important information for vendors. If you're going to shows, make sure you use the bathrooms early. That's when they're the cleanest.
Yes.
I don't think people in cosplays can necessarily see everything they're supposed to be doing, so it gets real bad real fast. Use the bathroom early. It's key.
The ladies' rooms are usually fine no matter what. But anyway.
I mean, there's also just it's slow sometimes because people, they got to unstrap 80 things just to
That's true.
use the bathroom, and then it takes them a million minutes to get it all back together.
We've had a really busy Saturday morning, which makes sense because Saturday morning is usually the busiest time at a show.
Yeah, we'll see. Rumor has it, Editor's Note podcast correspondent Jared will be on his way. I don't know if that's true or not, but he says he is.
Joey Fatone has quite the line. It's looking good.
All right.
Seen some great costumes.
We'll check back in later.
Bye.
All right. Update number unknown. It's Saturday afternoon.
Where the hell am I?
Editor's Note comics podcast correspondent Jared is here.
You're making it sound like you're like recording. You're like live from Ice Station Zebra. Zach recording my last will and testament.
Stardate.
Do you still
March?
Do you still have the will to live here?
April. I don't even know.
Have you
get
lost
tired.
it? You're tired. You look tired.
I guarantee I'm going to be sick after this. You get sick after every show.
Well, I mean, there's
that's
a
another
lot
vendor
of people.
insider. I'm just thirsty all the time, and yeah.
So yeah, I did it. I finally came out to a con.
Maybe it's from all this. That I'm just eating like trail mix all day. It's nothing but salt.
That's good for you though. Like to an
all the
extent,
salt?
like it'll brine out your arteries.
Oh, it's doing it.
This is quite a thing. Oh, there's an announcement. There's a Q&A with somebody about something about to happen. I'm going to stay for the monster trucks. Actually,
that's a different thing.
That's what you say.
I can't sneak you into that one.
No. Well, you didn't sneak me into this one either. I wink.
Yes. I don't care. I've been honest on this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I've been giving people all the inside scoops of how to do a con as a vendor.
This is quite something, though. I've seen some things today that are incredible. I've seen some things I'm not going to unsee. Joey Fatone. I got a picture of Joey Fatone.
Of Joey Fatone.
Of him, not with him.
Well, Because everyone, if you can make a buck, they make a buck. Like, I wonder if he'd take a selfie. Like, yeah, he'd love to.
Yeah, for $40 or something like that.
That was my guess, and I'm lowballing it.
I don't know.
It might be more. It could be as high as 80.
Well, I mean, Hello Kitty got his picture taken with him, so I mean, if that's possible.
Yeah,
I got a picture of him though walking by, so it looks kind of like the Yeti, like a Yeti picture lumbering by.
Because there's no pictures of Joey Fatone out there.
There are none at all. Let's see what else. There was a guy dressed up like Tony, like you could get your picture taken with a Tony Stark lookalike, the life model decoy of Tony Stark.
Not in his 50s like Downey.
No, he's got a little less salt and pepper.
He definitely dyes his hair.
I saw Vigo.
You saw a poster. They're a giant print.
Here's Vigo
from Ghostbusters 2.
They sell beer here. This woman's walking by with a beer.
Yeah, they overcharge you. Well,
why didn't you tell me about this?
We've been Hey, believe me, Mimosa Gate on this adventure has been well documented.
What? Oh, there's been mimosas here?
Not yet. I'll bring them tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm not driving back up tomorrow for mimosas. I mean,
at this point, I've mostly gotten the okay on it.
Had I known, I finally met Steve.
Yeah, real person Steve.
Nice guy.
Yeah, it's friendly. Generally,
I'm gonna go back by his booth later and ask him for the real lowdown on you. Like, what do you really think of Zach?
He's a real son of a bitch.
Well, I was walking in, and some guy's like, "I'm wearing an Editor's Note comic shirt because I wanted to go, undercover. I wanted to blend in with the people." And this
versus
guy goes,
me, where I'm not wearing anything. I branded last night.
Oh, I thought you said you are wearing something. Let's be totally transparent here. But I was like, oh, I've been to Editor's Note Comics. I'm like, where are you from? He's like, the Bangor area. I'm like, you've driven all the way down to go to. He's like, yeah, and I'm going to do it again. I'm like, okay, good. See, I provided business. No, it's not a waste of time. I provided business for the store.
I never buy stuff just because I'm here to make money more than anything.
Yeah.
Are you gonna peruse? Maybe spend $1?
Oh, I meant me. Am I gonna spend $1? Maybe. I don't know. I gotta walk around again and kind of see if there's. I mean, there were some knockoff like replica Patriots championship rings, but I'm not that guy. I can't be that. I don't want to have a fake. For $35 or whatever it was. No.
My wife wants to buy a pouch. I think we never buy anything. I bought a hat once. That's like all I've ever spent money on at a show.
Wait, your wife wants to buy a couch?
A pouch.
Oh, pouch.
We have a couch.
You have a sectional and a couch. I might go buy a couple like vinyl stickers I could put on my water bottle or something.
Yeah, I mean, people walk by stuff all the time, but if you like poke around a lot of booths, you'll find interesting things.
Yeah.
The guy next to us made his own human centipede of Barbie. So
what?
That's a thing.
Now okay, I see it now. I didn't see it initially. What else did I see? There's a guy with swords. There's a sword guy. I feel like that's probably not,
everywhere.
There's a kid wearing something. I think he's like supposed to be. Oh, it's Majora's Mask. It's from Zelda. Look at that. That's kind of cool.
Jared doesn't. This is his first time, so he definitely. It's just a wide-eyed kid walking around.
Oh, I'm definitely not being subtle. I'm staring.
I know he doesn't have good con etiquette. If he sees someone scantily clad, he's like, "Hello, scantily clad."
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm just.
You'll do a double take.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I will. I almost got there. There was a shirt I looked at. It was like property of Hyrule Academy. It's not safe to go alone.
Yeah.
So I thought about maybe buying that shirt.
There was some shirts. Go buy my shirts.
What?
It's my T-shirt rack.
Well, no, I can buy T-shirts from you whenever I want.
You don't know what shirts I have.
I've been in the store. I know exactly what you have for shirts.
Never look at the shirts.
No, I don't look at the shirts. I usually come in, talk to you for 5 minutes, and leave.
It's a fine selection.
I haven't played pinball in like over 2 years.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
I still on the high score. I've seen a lot of Assassin's Creed people. Quite a few Deadpools. There's some Deadpools.
Usually is.
Yeah.
Some kind of mashup. You know, the popular one that I haven't. I think this is the first show I've done since it's come out. Is Frumpy Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse is big.
Yeah, the Frumpy Spider-Man.
There's a lot of green jackets and sweatpants.
Not a lot of effort being put into it, which is perfect. It works.
Yeah, it's slightly out of white Spider-Man. I love it.
I'm trying to think of some of the other. There's some nice wigs over there. Maybe I'll get a wig.
I remember like right after Logan came out, like everyone over the age of 45 was shaving their beards, and the mutton shops are just wearing like a singlet.
Okay, I mean that works.
I'm trying to come up with a good
shirt
for
that
this shirt now.
This is like some sort of exterminator?
I don't know what that one is.
What? I don't. It's like a yellow hazmat suit.
I have yeah, that's a homemade hazmat thing. There's something that's like contaminated or radioactive material. Except I recognize what's on top of it. That's the filter I have in one of my French trains, or probably both of them.
Okay. All right.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That's good. Oh,
wow.
It's good for
I kind of like
audio medium. I'm just like, hey, see that thing at the end of my drains?
Exactly. That's like why me walking around wouldn't translate well.
You're like, oh, there's a costume.
Yeah. Oh, this person is wearing. Let me describe for you what I'm seeing.
There's a guy across from us who's been a clown all day, but I think he looks way like with a creepy clown mask. But I think he looks a lot weirder without the mask on.
Yeah, I think
but it's just clown from the neck down.
Exactly. Not 100% working for him. Saw Salacious Crumb,
the voice of,
and the little caricature. What?
I mean, I guess if he's a puppet.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
But you've been doing some pretty good business. Some people have stopped by, and
yeah, it's been a good show.
Yeah.
You know the downside of when you see elaborate cosplays a lot, though.
You see what?
Of elaborate cosplays a lot of the time. Like, oh, it's fun to look at, but I don't see pockets on those things.
Yeah, that's no place to keep money.
Or a way to carry a bag. Like, yeah, keep on a walking.
I'm
vendor perspective.
Yes, my overall feeling is this is quite a thing. I like it. It's huge stimulation. There's a lot. I'm having trouble processing everything I'm seeing. It's kind of like an indoor carnival.
We've done this so many times. I'm just desensitized to it. Like, all this weird, wild stuff and just walk by. I'm like, yeah.
Well, like, your first time that you went as a vendor, were you overwhelmed? Did you kind of like...
I was probably underprepared. I didn't bring enough stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Even with this show, I'm actually selling out of a ton of stuff. It's great. I'm getting rid of a lot of crap I've had for a while. Like, take my old things.
Yes. Make room so I can have room for the new things.
Basically, yeah. It's a lot of stuff that's been going. I'm like, really? That finally? Good.
Well, I mean, since I've been here, you've sold some things. Maybe I'm a good luck charm.
I mean, there's a lull in the afternoon. This morning was nuts.
Were they like knocking down the doors to get in?
Cash was flying into my box.
I'm still waiting for the monster truck to come driving through. I kind of want to know where they're kept. I saw a Jurassic Park vehicle outside. I don't remember if I mentioned that while we were recording or not, but
that's always a thing at cons. The popular vehicle of things that can be road legal.
I didn't see anything from like Mad Max, so that'd be kind of cool if you got like a road legal Mad Max vehicle. I'd want the one with the guy that was playing the electric guitar with the fire coming out around him. That'd be my vehicle of choice.
Sounds like a monster truck.
That'd be even better as a monster truck. I want that. I want to have that happen. There's some really cool art. There's like some like pixelated art, like the guy from Punch Out. A couple of the Punch Out guys, like at a table kind of there behind us.
Yeah, the first guy you face, I forget his name.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm probably gonna end up taking another loop around here and investigate some more.
Are you gonna bring the microphones?
No, I'm not gonna bring the microphone. I know better.
Correspondent.
I'll probably get in trouble if I did that.
All right.
I would probably embarrass you and the store.
We'll check in later. All right. The day is winding down. By winding down, I mean I still have 2 hours.
You have 2 hours. I can leave when I want to. I'm here by choice.
Yeah. This is the part of the day where it gets rough. Everyone's gone another thing, and now there's just stragglers. Maybe people are, waiting for a panel or to get something signed. But
well, Joey Fatona's left, but there's another line that seems to be forming down by his booth. You're not that far from him, really.
He must have a photo up right now.
You're within a stone's throw.
Yeah, this is the point of the day where
where things
I get antsy.
Yeah,
I just want to leave.
You've made a couple of pipe cleaner people.
I did.
One is really contorted horrifically.
That's a dog.
Oh,
do you see it now?
That's right. I got to take Kirby out tomorrow, right?
You do. Thanks.
Okay. About what time should I be doing that?
2-ish.
2-ish. Okay. Just remind me again because I'll probably forget.
You've done many a lap.
Yeah, I've done several laps.
Many a purchase.
I did make a purchase. Yes, I bought a pretzel and some Coors Light. I didn't know that there was beer at these things. That's
overpriced.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Civic Center prices. You know,
that's why you gotta.
I had to hydrate all that walking. I didn't get all my steps in though. I'm still shy of my steps for the day, but there's still time yet.
There's still things to see, like the same tables, the same people.
Yeah, there was. I might go back by Movie Poster Guy. I think if I were to buy anything, I might buy something from him.
You could use some wall decorations.
I saw one of the people from Super Troopers. I can't remember his name. Is Eric something?
How much do you think those guys must hate hearing meow? How many times did those guys hear meow?
I don't think he's the meow guy, though.
I think all of them still hear it.
Yeah, I'm sure that they do. Oh, yeah, I got accosted by Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Like, he, literally, he verbally tore me apart. I don't know how I feel about it.
Sometimes you go to a family-friendly
exactly
event.
how I feel about it. It felt terrible.
A man walking around with his own mug of beer.
Yeah. Kind of the cosplays have kind of wound down a little bit. I mean, I
think they just get hot or cold depending on the cosplay.
I hear a prize wheel somewhere. Did you hear that prize wheel? There's like a prize wheel being spun somewhere.
All right. Oh. So what do you think of this whole shebang?
This is really, I mean...
I'm never going to another one, but good to know.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to ever go to another one, but this was certainly an educational experience. It gives me a better feel for what's out there, for certain. Oh, Joey Fatone's walking behind us.
You get real excited whenever you see him.
I am excited about... Somebody's GoProing him as he's... Wow. That's as close as Joey's ever going to be on the podcast. Was right there. I feel.
Great.
I kind of wanted to make a scene like, hey, Joey, can you just break off a part of I Want It That Way just for the podcast? Or like, I'm Joey Fatone and I don't listen to the Editor's Note Comics podcast, but
Well, I think
should.
he'd probably just tell you bye.
Well, I could have gone down there with a recorder for $100 and he would have done something.
Yeah, you could have.
But I'm not going to spend $100 on that.
Not of my money.
Nope. Oh, here comes the GoPro.
Fantastic.
It's a lot like it's not much different than like a craft fair.
No, it's long days. And there's more people in costume.
Yeah, there's more people in
and
costume.
Celebrities.
It's kind of getting me like excited for fair season to go and see people plying their wares at the fair. Why don't you take yourself to like a fair during like fair season? You could be outside, enjoy a little sunshine, some carnival food.
I mean, this is windowless.
Yeah. You know, it's a beautiful day outside and you're stuck in here.
I don't know that it's a beautiful day.
Oh, there's another announcement. There's going to be here comes another. Is this supposed to be Harley Quinn here? Another Harley Quinn? The Punisher?
I think it's just a guy in a t-shirt.
Well, no, he's the Punisher. He's wearing a Punisher hat. How do you not know that that's the Punisher? That is clearly the Punisher. I've seen the Punisher, and that is the Punisher.
It's a guy in a t-shirt. It also was a shirt with the Punisher's name on the side of it. He doesn't brand that much. It's all about branding, but come on.
No, he wants people to know that
not
I am the
textual
Punisher.
branding.
I'd like to get like a guy on the street kind of. Oh, Joey Fatone is walking by.
Don't yell
I'm
at
going
Joey.
to.
Jesus.
I'm going to. This is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic for the show.
He's not going to come over if we're
You don't
waving
know that.
Mike. Yes,
you
I do.
don't know that. How many of these have you been to?
I don't know.
Exactly. We're gonna hang out because he's stopping and seeing things. So this is.
Don't let him enjoy his time. Don't accost the
Oh
man.
no! I mean, if he comes over and like takes a peek, then yeah, absolutely. I feel like we could say, hey, how's it going, Joey? I just want to shake his hand. That's all I want.
You can do that.
I know, I can and I will. All right. Well, there's somebody here who's gonna buy some things, so I guess I gotta let you go.
All right.
All right.
Day 3. Space madness has set in.
We're back again.
Nope. But fun update on Mimosa Gate. I win. I win 1 out of 3. So
I neither confirm nor deny anything. I have no comment on this.
as far as cons goes, Sundays, I don't know. The usual way it goes is Sundays are usually better than Fridays, but worse than Saturdays. This one, Sunday might be worse than Friday, but we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, people are still doing their first lap. Generally, when people come to a con, they do a first lap, they see what everything is, and then they'll come back around to actually buy the things that they were intrigued by before. So we'll see.
Usually by day 3, everyone that's a vendor or an artist or whatever is just exhausted because this is just a non-stop marathon without breaks. And we all get sick afterwards.
That would be what nonstop means.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry, it was the not mimosas I had.
We're here and we're excited because the past 2 days have been great. So
yeah, weirdly enough. The way the end of shows work, and I'm sure if you've been to a show, you've seen this, like, this is supposed to get out at 5 o'clock today. There is no way in hell it's going that long.
It'll go pretty late.
It'll go till about 3:30, 4 o'clock, but it's not going later than that.
We usually are driving out of the parking lot at exactly the time that the show ends.
Usually before.
Yeah, it's usually right around the time.
By the time we pack up.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, you'll hear people walk by with snide comments, like, oh, why are they packing up? Like, because I have been here for 3 days, and anyone who's going to buy something is already gone.
But the best part about this show is that it's super close to us. So, in terms of getting to and from the show...
I thought you meant where we were located. We're pretty close to the loadout door, so good.
Yeah, but also just, like, we're like an hour and 10 minutes away from being able to drop all this off at the store and then just go home. So, that's not bad either.
Yeah, we're tired. We survived.
We're doing great today.
We used our bathrooms early.
And now we're knitting.
I mean, I'm doing less of that.
Now we're playing with pipe cleaners.
I'm doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Did we even mention that?
If you're a vendor, bring things to occupy your hands because
it
bored. Is easy to get bored.
I don't think I mentioned this, but I mean, the downside of doing a show is if there's a lull, you're stuck. I might have said this already, but compared to, like, if there's a lull at the store, I have things to do. I can work. I've never run out of work. I've never been like, well, I'm 100% caught up. Nothing to do.
Same thing at school.
But at a show, if there's a lull, you're like, I'm going to fiddle.
Yeah, so I found pipe cleaners in our box of things that we bring. So Zach has made pipe cleaner toys for himself, and so he's happy, and I'm happy with my knitting, and we're good to go.
Makes me sound like a small child.
You made a person and a cat and a giraffe. I guess it was a dog.
It was a dog. I wasn't going to correct you.
It was a person and a dog and a giraffe, but you made the person into a cat at one point.
He was a werewolf.
Anyway.
He suffered an embarrassing death.
Anyway, so here we are, and...
This is the end. I'll be glad when it's done. I hope we make a bunch more cash today. And then we go home.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
And then I go immediately back to work and have to unpack all this crap.
And I go immediately back to work at school.
Oh, why not? I'll mention that. A lot of times on Sundays, people like to make deals. They're like, you don't want to pack this up.
That's true. We don't want to pack it up.
I'll do it with bulkier stuff, but if it's like, oh man, this comic, I'm like, I just stick that in a box and carry it. This one comic isn't going to really affect me.
That's not true. We have a dolly. Here's vendor tip number 47. Get a dolly, because the first big show we tried to do in Rhode Island, we did not have a dolly. I managed to get a dolly within my first trip. Zach did not. Helps when you're 5 feet tall and look like you're carrying a box that's 4 times your size. And so I got a dolly, but then we went out and bought our own because we clearly needed it.
If you need to get a dolly, you just go to the Home Depot next to a strip club.
I forgot about that.
What a weird lot that is. Strip club, Home Depot.
And then we went back to the one place that we eat there.
I mean, if you're looking to lay pipe, then, you have multiple options.
Anyway, moving on. So we will talk to you guys later then.
Sorry to end of that. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that'll do it for this week. Also,
what a bunch of great memories.
What I learned from doing these like mini segments, and I just did it again, is how I like to come in from a break is to go, all right.
Yeah, that's you. You have that crutch.
I say that a lot.
You do say that a lot.
All right, so we are wrapping up today.
No letters to the editor this week. We gave you all the information you could ever have wanted to know.
It was a pretty full show.
Yeah, it was a full show. If you like the show, go ahead to patreon.com/editorsnotecomics, where you can get this show a day early. Plus, you get spoiler and spoiler-free reviews of Buffy, Angel, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
You were so close.
Firefly.
You even remembered the new one.
Yeah.
The extra show I have to do a month now, apparently.
Yeah. So you get those. Plus, if you do $5 a month, you can be a Duke or Duchess of the podcast. And you get your name and a fancy little sounder from Sound Guy, who had a great tweet. Did you see his tweet about the promotional thing he had to do at his job for, it was called An Evening with Cockburn? And I responded with, from what I remember from teaching health, that lasts more than a night. And then he found out afterwards it was actually the name of the band was Coburn, not Cockburn.
Whatever. And you're on Twitter.
@JuniorRich. Oh, by the way, you can go to the store, 210 Water Street, Hollowell, plus all of the internets. EditorsNoteComics.com, Facebook, Instagram, Snapface, Chatgram.
Next week, we'll be back for
Uber.
I think we're going to do a movie next week.
Are we really?
It's not Shazam.
Okay. What movie are we going to do?
The Boy from Hell.
What? Oh, Hellboy.
I think that's what they call it.
Oh, the new one or an older one?
It's new. It's out this week.
Oh, so we're going to the movies?
Yeah, we're going to buy tickets or not if we can't.
I can on Saturday. I'm in a canoe race on Saturday.
Well, let's figure it out off the air. We'll be back. Bye.